Imagine it's a chilly December evening, snow gently falling outside a cozy small-town diner decorated with twinkling Christmas lights. A single dad named Mark sits at a booth, his hands covering his face in quiet despair. Across from him is a kind-faced woman in blue scrubs, looking at him with gentle eyes. He's been tricked into this blind date by his well-meaning friends, and now, he's on the verge of tears. What could this mystery woman have possibly done to bring a grown man to sob like that? Stay with me, because this true act of kindness will warm your heart this holiday season. If you're loving these heartfelt stories that remind us of the magic of human connection, hit that subscribe button on Kindness Lights, turn on notifications, like this video, and drop a comment below telling me your favorite random act of kindness. Let's spread more light together. Now, let's dive into the story. Mark Thompson was a 38-year-old single dad living in a quiet suburb in Ohio. Life hadn't been easy since his wife, Sarah, passed away from cancer 3 years ago. She left him with their bright-eyed 8-year-old daughter, Emily, who was the light of his world. Mark worked long hours as a mechanic at the local garage, fixing cars from dawn till dusk just to keep the bills paid and put food on the table. Christmas was always bittersweet for them. Emily loved the holidays, decorating their little tree with handmade ornaments, but Mark struggled. The empty chair at the dinner table, the missing laughter, it all hit harder under the glow of holiday lights. His buddies at the garage noticed how withdrawn he'd become. "Man, you need to get out there," they'd say. "Sarah would want you to be happy." But Mark always brushed it off. Dating? No way. He was too tired, too focused on being both mom and dad to Emily. Still, his friends wouldn't let up. One evening, they called him up. "Hey, buddy, we've set you up on a blind date. Tomorrow night at the diner on Main Street. Trust us, it's time." Mark was furious at first. "You did what? Guys, I'm not ready." But deep down, a tiny part of him wondered if they were right. Emily overheard the call and got excited. "Daddy, go. Maybe you'll make a new friend." Her innocent smile melted his resistance. Reluctantly, he agreed. The next evening, snow blanketed the town as Mark drove to the diner. He wore his best flannel shirt, nerves twisting in his stomach. He hadn't been on a date in over a decade. Walking in, he scanned the booths. There she was, a woman about his age, with warm brown hair tied back in a ponytail, sitting quietly with a cup of coffee. She was still in her light blue scrubs from work, a name tag reading Lisa, RN. She looked tired but kind, with a soft smile that put him at ease right away. "Hi, I'm Mark," he said, sliding into the booth. "My friends, well, they kinda tricked me into this," Lisa chuckled softly. "Mine too. I'm Lisa. I just got off a double shift at the hospital. They said I needed to get a life outside of nursing." They started talking, and surprisingly, it flowed easily. Mark shared about Emily, how she loved drawing pictures of snowmen and dreamed of a big Christmas this year. Lisa listened intently, her eyes lighting up as she talked about her work as a pediatric nurse, caring for sick kids day in and day out. "The holidays are tough in the hospital," she said. "Seeing those little ones missing out on normal Christmases, it breaks your heart." As they chatted over pie and coffee, Mark felt a spark he hadn't in years. Lisa was genuine, funny, and compassionate. But then, the conversation turned deeper. Mark opened up about losing Sarah, how the grief still snuck up on him, especially now with Christmas approaching. "I want to give Emily the best holiday, but money's tight this year. The garage has been slow, and her big wish, well, it's probably out of reach." Lisa nodded, her expression turning thoughtful. She didn't pry, but asked gently, "What's her wish?" Mark hesitated, then pulled out his phone to show a photo of Emily's letter to Santa she'd left on the fridge. "She wants a real family Christmas, like the ones we used to have. But specifically, this special dollhouse she's been talking about non-stop. It's expensive, though. I might have to tell her Santa's workshop is running low this year." The diner grew quieter as snow piled up outside. Lisa reached into her bag and pulled out a small envelope. "Mark," she said softly, "I need to tell you something. This blind date, it wasn't entirely random." Mark's brow furrowed. "What do you mean?" Lisa took a deep breath. "A couple weeks ago, a little girl came into the ER with a minor fever, nothing serious, but we kept her for observation. Her name was Emily. She was so brave, drawing pictures for the other kids on the ward. We got talking, and she told me all about her amazing daddy who fixes cars and makes the best pancakes. She said he was sad this Christmas because he missed mommy, and she wished someone could help make it magical again." Mark's eyes widened. "That was Emily's recent checkup after a cold. Emily gave me your number," Lisa continued, smiling through misty eyes. "She said, 'My daddy needs a friend for Christmas. Your friends and mine. They just helped make it happen.' But that's not all." She slid the envelope across the table. Inside was a gift card to the local toy store, enough for the dollhouse and more, plus tickets to the town's Christmas light festival for the three of them. And a note from the hospital staff, contributions from nurses who'd heard Emily's story. "I didn't do this alone," Lisa said.